everybody, welcome to the How to Eat Clean class. I am your coach, Rachel Hunt Bailey, and today is day one. We're going to talk today a little bit about the foods that we eat on a regular basis. We're going to talk about clean eating. We're going to define it. What is it? I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and why I care so much about clean eating and why I think that you should too. I'm hoping this will be the longest video, so if you're looking at the time right now and you're a little discouraged by that, don't worry, that's not a daily commitment. I think this day will be longer because we have to define clean eating and we have to go over a lot of stuff. In the future, it's going to be more us logging our food and talking about foods that are more clean, which foods we need to add into our diet, which foods we can eliminate from our diet, and I'm hoping to take you grocery shopping. Okay, so day one, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story just so you know who I am and why I care and why I have a right to talk to you about clean eating. So again, my name's Rachel and I fell into health and nutrition and fitness kind of by accident. That was not really my plan. I went for an English degree. So I have a bachelor's in English education, I have a teaching credential in English, and I have another teaching credential in art. So I love teaching. I'm a teacher. Hence why I like running these classes. I fell into fitness a while ago, back in high school. But I had a lot of potholes in my knowledge of health and fitness that I've kind of learned to fill in the gaps, and now I'm just trying to share with you what I've learned. So I started working out really because I would do scholarship pageants, or as you probably call them, beauty pageants, in high school. I would eat whatever I wanted in high school, and then when I would have this pageant coming up, I would think, oh, okay, I need to like work out and get in shape because I want to look good on stage in my bikini. So I would maybe like diet down a little bit, cut out stuff that was like a no-brainer. I shouldn't be eating cookies, right? I shouldn't be eating the deep fried Oreo. I'd cut out the stuff that was a no-brainer, and I'd work out really hard for these pageants, and I would lose a little bit of weight. But then as my pageant was over, I'd kind of go back to not working out as much, and I'd go back to eating whatever, and that lifestyle started to catch up with me in college. In college, I really didn't have time to work out as much as I did when I was in high school, and I gained 20 pounds my first year of college because I wasn't working out as much. So I turned to Weight Watchers because I thought, you know, if I could get on a program that's really helping me log my food, log what I'm eating, log when I'm working out, I can lose weight and I can look good again and I can feel confident again. And there's nothing wrong with any of those desires. But my focus was on my outer appearance. I just wanted to look good. If I looked good in a bikini, I didn't care what was going on inside my body. And that caught up with me too. So, first of all, I started Weight Watchers because I was like, okay, I gotta get on top of it. I would like to lose weight. And I don't know if you know anything about Weight Watchers, but I'm gonna tell you really quickly about their point system. It may be different. I did Weight Watchers 10 years ago, so don't quote me on any of this information. But when I was doing it, we had points, and the points were based off of how many calories were in the food, how many grams of fat, and how many grams of fiber. And based on that number, you could calculate your points. So let's say in a given day, I was allowed 23 points. Well, you could earn more points if you worked out. So I would eat like Weight Watchers meals, because those, if you bought a Weight Watchers meal, it came with the number of points on it. So it was like, no brainer, like this is 5 points. I know what it is, I can write it down. But if somebody offered me like a chicken salad, I was a little bit more hesitant because I was like, oh, that's so much more work for me to figure out all the ingredients and figure out how many points it is, and I have no idea, and plus there's a dressing, so forget it. Like, I'm just gonna eat the Weight Watchers and know how many calories it is and know how many points it is, and I can log it in. And then if I wanted to eat sweets or I wanted to like reward myself, I would go work out more, because at this time the Weight Watchers system was that if you worked out, you could earn more points. So basically you could reward yourself with food. which I do not recommend that you do, because this became an obsessive compulsive behavior. If I worked out for 2 hours, then I could eat a piece of cheesecake. If I worked out for 2 hours, then I could go to the movies and eat popcorn and soda and candy. Was I getting healthy and feeding my body with nutritious food? No! I was obsessed with calorie counting and working out, which worked for me in the short term. I lost a little bit of weight. I lost about 5 pounds, maybe more. I lost some weight, bottom line, and then I plateaued. I just couldn't lose any more weight. And once I hit a sticking point, there were also other side effects. I started to get migraines. I started to have an irritable bowel that was like, sometimes I would get crampy, sometimes I'd be constipated, sometimes I needed to run to the bathroom. Like, I didn't know what was going on with my digestive system. I was getting the common cold a lot. Like, I would say every 5 or 6 weeks I was sick. And I just chalked it up to the fact that I was in a dorm room with my roommate, and you know, those aren't very clean, so maybe that's why I'm getting sick. Or like, I'm really stressed out, so maybe that's why I'm getting sick. But no, I truly believe I was so sick because I wasn't feeding my body with real food. I was feeding my body with food-like substances. When you feed your body with food-like substances, those come with preservatives and toxins. Why? Because they're coming from a factory. So I want you to start thinking about the difference between a food-like substance and whole food. Whole foods are foods that are found on a farm. Can you go to a farm and find a tree of Pop-Tarts? No. So when you think whole food, think of whole vegetables, think of whole fruits, think of nuts and seeds, think of whole grains, think of lean meats, and think of seasonings that come from plants. That's the bottom line, what whole food clean eating is. Now, it doesn't matter if you're vegan, it doesn't matter if you're paleo, to me, okay? It probably matters to you. It doesn't matter for this group. If you are a vegetarian, or you don't eat gluten, or you don't eat dairy, that's fine. You can make adjustments to our plan. I'm just letting you know mentally how to think of clean eating. Whole foods, like whole vegetables, whole fruits, nuts and seeds that are unsalted. I want you to think of whole grains, lean meats, and seasonings that come from plants or roots, okay? Now I want you to look at the common food that we find at the grocery store that comes in a can, or it comes in a box, or it comes in a bad package of some kind. What is in that food? So I brought a little sample to show you. Quaker oats. Oatmeal is healthy, right? Rolled oats, so healthy for you. Let's read the ingredients real quick. Whole grain rolled oats. Awesome. Sugar. That sounds so good. Creaming agent. Okay, what is a creaming agent? Oh, there's a parentheses. Maltodextrin, sunflower and palm oil, whey sodium caseinate. Flavored and colored fruit pieces. Okay, why are they flavored and why are they colored? Let's see, treated with sodium sulfite to promote color retention. Artificial strawberry flavor, citric acid, red 40, salt, gum, Gower gum. What's that? Flavor, niacinamide, vitamin A, palmitite, reduced iron, pyridoxine hydrochloride, riboflavin, thiamine monoitrate, folic acid. Whew, sorry, thank you for bearing with me on that. How many calories are in it? Only 130 calories. Okay, half of those ingredients I couldn't pronounce. I also didn't recognize most of them. And the ones that I did recognize were mostly code words for sugar. So what I want you to start thinking about when you're thinking about your food choices is, can you recognize all the ingredients? Can you find those ingredients on a farm? Or do you have to go to a factory to find out what they are and how they manufacture them? Because if there are preservatives and colors and chemicals in your food, then those things are in your body as well. They're being stored as toxins, and then guess what happens when you put toxins in your body? This is why so many people plateau on their weight loss journey, okay? Because even if you are in a caloric deficit, when you start putting toxins and chemicals and foreign things in your body's alarm system goes off. It does not want those things getting to your bloodstream and getting to your brain. So what it does is it wraps them in fat, and it stores them inside of fat cells. And if you don't believe me, look it up and do the research. You eat the toxins, your body's alarm system goes off, it wraps it in fat and stores it as fat. So you could be in a caloric deficit and not losing any weight because your body refuses to let those toxins get into your bloodstream. So what do we do if we're storing fat and we're storing toxins and we want to get rid of it? We have to start eating whole foods. Whole foods and clean water are meant to naturally detox the body. When you're putting toxins in your body is on a stress mode. It's in a fight mode. Your immune system kicks in because your body has to work extra hard to make sure those toxins are not going to get to your brain and cause diseases like cancer, diabetes, any kind of autoimmune disorder. And so your body takes the toxins and it wraps it and it stores it as fat. If you want to flush those toxins out, you need to eat whole foods. That brings down your body's alarm system and helps you to relax. So now there's twofold happening when you're eating whole food. Number one, your body is able to relax, come off that stress mode, and say, okay, we can now release the toxins because we're not living off of them anymore. So if we release them, we're fairly confident we can get them out of the body before more come in. Then the whole food acts as medicine in your body and helps to flush it out. But if you're constantly eating toxins and you're constantly up here on your body's survival mode, your body can't flush out the toxins because you just keep eating them and it keeps being stored as fat and there's no whole foods coming in to flush it out, at least not long enough for you to be successful at that process. So my hope and goal for this group is that you will start taking stock of what you're eating in terms of how it is working in your body and what it is doing for your body. Remember that old adage, let food be thy medicine? Let food be thy medicine. Please start today. Here's your call of action for today. Number one, I want you to comment if you had any aha moments during this video. If you had an aha moment, please comment it below so that I know as your coach and as your teacher that I'm doing my job in trying to educate my peers. And the other thing I want you to do is I want you to now make a list of everything that you ate yesterday. And I want you to try to name every ingredient. And if you ate a hamburger, then that doesn't mean you just write bun, meat, lettuce, tomato. I want you to think about what was in that bun. Every ingredient that was in that bun. Can you name every ingredient that was in that piece of meat? Where did it come from? I want you to start thinking about those things. If you can, make a list of everything that you ate, and next to it, make a list of all the ingredients that made up that food. That's all for today. We're just taking stock of what we're eating, and we're comparing it to a clean diet, which clean diet, again, is anything that can be found in its most natural state. Something that grows on a farm, or we caught it in the ocean, okay? Or we hunted it in the field. If it's in its most natural form, it has not been processed, it has not been run through a factory, okay? All right, I hope that you've gotten something out of this video. Please let me know if you have, and I will see you tomorrow when we dive deeper into adding in foods that are whole to help us start eliminating those toxins from our body. Have a wonderful day. Bye.